Hello students, let's start with third lecture of Python programming. In today's lecture, the topics which we are going to learn, that is how to install Python. After that, how to run or execute program using Python. Then we will learn about debugging, types of error, and then there are two concepts, that is experimental debugging and natural formal language. So now in today's lecture I have given your unit number 1, chapter 1. We are having more number of chapters also in this unit. But unit number 1, chapter 1 is introduction of Python. So some of the topics which we have already learned in previous two lectures, like we have seen the history of Python, then we have seen something about Python programming language, then we have already seen the features of Python. So remaining topics are there which we are going to learn in today's session. So first topic, that is installing a Python. Now it is not possible for me to give the video. If you want to see how to install the Python, you can simply search it on YouTube, and with the help of YouTube video you can perform the installation. But I just want to give some idea about the version of software will be required for our subject. So first thing is that according to the guidelines of Mumbai University, we are going to use two software. First software or first version of Python is 2.7 and second version is 3.4. And as I already told, that is you can download the Python software freely from the website www.python.org. When you open the home page of this particular website, the latest version of Python will be shown, but you just have to search for other version also. So we don't have to use 3.8 version. In our syllabus we have to use 2.7 and 3.4, and both the version we have to download, install. Okay, so normally the installation process, once you download the setup, after double clicking on the file, just you just have to click on next button, right? But before that, one important thing, that is when you install the software, install for all the user, this option you need to select. That is only one thing which I want to tell you. And after that, when they will ask next, okay, save, such options you have to select, like other software installation. Then I have given the one more window in the second slide, is that once you complete with the installation of Python software, you should go get this window, that is setup was successful. You should not get any error or something like that. You should get message as setup was successful, and then simply you will click on the close button. Okay, once you have installed the software, okay, into your system, then just go to start windows, that is windows option. You have to go start menu where we perform the searching, right? And in that, just search for your software, whether it is Python 2.7 or 3.6 or 3.4. Now I have shown the screenshot that I have downloaded from the internet, because I am not having PC at my place. So just I have downloaded the screenshot, and the thing which I want to show is that once you install the software, the folder of that particular software will be created in start windows. Okay, and once you click on the folder, there will be multiple options, like as you seen in this second image, IDLE was there. After that, Python 3.6, that is a CMD version. After that, Python 3.6 manual. So out of which the first option, that is IDLE, we are going to use. Just remember that. And normally for normal execution of all the program, we will prefer 3.4. For database connectivity and all, we need 2.7. This is the reason why I told you to install that also. But all the programs without database connectivity, we are going to learn in 3.4 version of Python only, and we are going to use IDLE. Once you click on IDLE, the different windows will get open, that we are going to see later when we will see the execution of program. So this is your installation. These messages you should get, your starting windows should get the folder of Python 3.4, and once you click on the drop down arrow of 3.4, you should get such options on your windows. After that, there is next topic, that is concept is debugging. Debugging is nothing but a process of finding the errors. Means once you return your program, and when you start execution of that particular program, you will get the errors, right? So that is nothing but debugging only. Errors are nothing but bugs or smaller mistakes in your program. So debugging term is popularly used to process of locating and rectifying errors in the program. And errors or inaccuracies in a program are often called as bugs, and the process of finding and removing bugs or errors is called as debugging. On the basis of different errors which occurred while we perform the debugging, then these errors are again classified into three groups. Means in short, we are having three types of errors. First one is syntax error. Syntax error means, as this error we have already seen, all these types of errors are there in all programming language. So syntax error means if we are considering C language, so if we forgot to write down or to close the curly bracket or round bracket, or if we forgot to give semicolon, so all such errors are nothing but syntax errors. Okay. So normally in case of Python, normal syntax error, that is majority of syntax error are typos, means when we made mistake while typing. Then incorrect indentation. This is one of the important point about Python programming language. In other programming language, one by one, if we write the code, then we will not be having any problem. Means if there is no indentation, still our program will get executed. But in case of Python programming, indentation is very, very important. The program should be written in proper indentation. Means if we are having if condition, then we will be having round bracket, and within round bracket we will write down the condition. Then we will be having curly brackets, but that curly brackets should be placed at least tab space distance, that much distance has to be there. After that, within that curly bracket we will be having sentences. So all such things should be seen. So indentation error is again important type of syntax error only. And incorrect arguments means if we are writing the function and our function is having two parameters, and if we pass one parameter, so that is incorrect argument error. Okay, so all this comes under syntax error. I have already given one of the example of syntax error. If you see the window, this window is called as Python shell. There are two ways to execute the Python program, which we are going to learn further, but for your information I have just given this in simple example. First is, there is variable sam underscore age, which is equal to 15, and second line they have written that is Jim underscore age, which is equal to 12. And then we put if condition, that is we are comparing the age of Jim with the Sam. So if Jim's underscore age is greater than Sam underscore age, okay, then we just have to print the message as Sim is older. After that there is a else, but as we all know, else is a part of if statement only. So now in this example you will get error message. Why? Because the else should be placed exactly below the if statement. We have to indent that else just below the if, not below the print statement. So this is reason why the system will give you syntax error, invalid syntax, because the place of else is not at proper position, or proper indentation is not there. So this is the error, and this is called a syntax error. After that we are having runtime error. Runtime error means normally syntax error happens when Python can't understand what you are saying, and runtime error occurs when Python understand what you are saying but runs into trouble when following your instructions. Python understand the exact meaning of your program, but while execution it will get confused. So that is called as runtime error. So runtime error means a equal to 16, b equal to 0. So in any programming language, when you will try to divide any number by 0, you will get divide by 0 error. So the same example I have given, that is I have initialized a equal to 16, b equal to 0, and then I am performing a divided by b, and I want to store the calculation or final answer of a divided by b into c variable, and then print c. So after execution of this program, you will get error message. Why? Because we cannot store, or we cannot perform division function with the 0. We cannot divide any number by 0. So this is the error that is called as runtime error. So there are so many other types of runtime error also. First, the example which I have given, that is division by 0 error. After that, performing an operation on incompatible types, means integer is smaller than float. Okay. So if you initialize any float variable, and if you are trying to store the value of float variable into integer, it will give you error message, because float variable means it is of 4 byte, an integer having capacity of 2 bytes. So we cannot store 4 byte into 2 byte. So that is incompatible types. Third error is using an identifier which has not been defined. Means, for example, a equal to 16, b equal to 0, c equal to a divided by b.